So welcome to this video review of Depth. But before I start the video, I will just give you a quick intro of what happened the last few weeks. As you may know, there was a big hailstorm over here where I live, and almost everything broke. Not only of our house, but the whole town. And yeah, we had to put everything away. The DVDs and Blu-rays, my audio equipment, my PC, everything. So yeah, I couldn't use my PC for almost a week. At least that's the time it took to get it up and running already. I made a video about it last week, but I deleted it now. So yeah, this is just a summary of that video. But yeah, I wanted to publish this review last week because I've already recorded everything. I just had to edit everything. Yeah, I also made another intro like this explaining what happened. But then I got an update from Windows 10. Yay, Windows 10. And it just messed up my whole PC. So I had to do a full new clean install of Windows. So yeah, I've done that, but that also means that I have to install every program I have again. I still have my files, so yeah, that's great. But yeah, I had to install Adobe After Effects, Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Photoshop again, and set it up with my personal settings again. So yeah, that took a while, but yeah, everything is up and running again. So yeah, let's get on with the video review of Depth. So, welcome to Depth. You may have seen a lot of this game last year because it was played by a lot of YouTubers. But now you don't see that many videos of this game anymore, and not that many people are talking about this game. And that is a shame, because the developers really support this game with many updates and patches. They add a lot of free content and even balancing tweaks a year after the game came out. They also have themed weekends where they change skins or increase the gold amount you can find on the map to keep it interesting. And because of this, the game still has 500 people playing each day according to Steam charts. And that is enough. In the background you can see how fast I can find a game on the EU server only, playing as a shark only. So a lot of extra requirements to find the right game. And still I was able to find a game under a minute. And you have to keep in mind that when I recorded this, it was at a time that normally the least amount of people are online playing this game. So if you want to know if this game is dead, then I can say no, it isn't. It's still live a year after it came out. So you can go ahead and buy this game. Now, if you haven't heard a lot about this game or want to know if it is any good, then watch the rest of this video, because we will now start with the review. So this game has 3 modes, but for me 2 of them are throwaways. The first one is hide and seek. You have to hide as a diver for the shark, and if you are found, you turn into a shark, and that's basically it. You can play this mode with bots, and for me this just isn't all that interesting. The second mode is Megalodon mode. Here 1 or 2 of you are a really big and strong shark, and you have to get a certain amount of points by killing divers to win. If you get killed by a diver, the diver that killed you turns into the shark, and the first one to get the required amount of points wins. This mode is a little bit more interesting than hide and seek, but not that many people are playing this mode. But the reason why you will buy this game is the game mod Blood and Gold. In this mode there are 2 sharks and 4 divers. As a diver you choose your equipment at the start of the round and you have to kill all the sharks. All the while you have to protect the mining robot Stevie and collect gold to get better equipment and weapons. The developers have added weapon add-ons over time, so you have more variety in the guns and more of a strategic choice on what you want to do in the game. But the biggest difference with the launch version is when the sharks hit Stevie to slow down the divers, you have to repair him manually with a different gun instead of the self-repair it used to do. That changes the balancing by quite a lot. As a shark you first have to choose your shark type. You have the tiger shark, which has camo, the thrasher who has a tail lash, the hammerhead, he gets stamina when hitting things, the great white, which has damage absorption, The Mako, who can mark kills to get extra points, and the Bull, who has Rage, which means he gets extra health and stamina. After that you can spend points throughout the game on different abilities. Not every ability is as good on different shark types, so you can play around with that. Of course, your objective as a shark is to kill all divers before Stevie reaches the boat again. How you do that is to lash out to divers by clicking right mouse button and then wiggle your mouse real hard to do damage. It's a really cool way to kill the divers and a lot more fun than just clicking a button. Of course, this makes cheating easier because you can map a different DPI sensitivity to a button on your mouse and increase the mouse sensitivity real high to do much more damage. But overall, I can't say that I have encountered any cheaters, and the games are close most of the time that I play. Also, playing as a diver is fun because when it gets really dark, a shark can come around any corner with a very high speed, which can give you the same effect as a jump scare. The gameplay is just fun and something really different than other games. The only thing that I don't like is that there is a progression system, but that may depend on the person that you are. Maybe that doesn't matter to you, but one thing I can say is that you unlock everything pretty quickly, and the most important upgrades are the ones you get first. Also, the gameplay is a lot more fluid on other PCs now because of the optimization that the developers did make. The soundtrack is just the main menu theme and some tunes at the end of the game, so I can't say much about that. The sound effects are pretty good and give a good ambience. They do their job. The graphics aren't the best, but they don't need to be. They are fine. The maps are all really different looking and feeling and have a different theme. The only map that I found a little bit boring was a community added map that's pretty hard to navigate as a shark and looks a little bit undetailed at certain places. Overall, this is a really fun game and I highly recommend buying it. If you don't have any friends to play with or don't want to play online or are afraid of this game dying soon, then I'm happy to say that the game has really good bots that are really hard even on medium. So they offer good competition and are also a good way to practice and get better. Overall, I give this game a 9 out of 10. The only thing that makes it a 9 instead of a 10 is that it just isn't a game that you can play for hours at a time. It's just a nice game to come back to once in a while. And I also want to give one tip if you have bought this game or are going to buy the game. If you want the DLC, then buy the Anniversary Edition, because it's way cheaper than buying the DLC individually, especially on sale. If you have the game, then you can just upgrade to the Anniversary Edition without buying the game again. It doesn't show up in the main store page, but if you really search you will find it on Steam for 23 euros or 5,74 € on sale, or of course your regional equivalent. And I do recommend buying this game on sale because 45.99 for the Anniversary Edition is too much in my opinion. The same goes for the individual skins for 5,99 €. But 6 or 12 € for the Anniversary Edition is perfectly fine. And that's it, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.